Hi, friends.
Hello, everybody. We are
Welcome.
back for day 2.
Day 2. Who was here yesterday? Give me a me in the We were here. We were here yesterday. Give me a me in the comments if you were here yesterday. I would also I love this question. I love the answers we get. But what was your biggest, if you were here yesterday for day 1 of Poppies and Petals, there's some me's. So all you, what was your biggest takeaway, favorite thing, maybe something that you picked up that you hadn't heard before? Let us know what your favorite takeaway was. In fact, okay, I have Cindy. Oh, no, Cindy. Cindy.
Oh, she's picking on you, Cindy.
Cindy. This is good, Cindy. I'm just going to do this right now because I saw your name. You're the winner of our challenge.
Oh, wow.
And I am very excited because, oh, come on now. This thing needs to cooperate. Miss Cindy posted her butterfly in our VIP Facebook group. This was our registration gift, was this adorable 3D butterfly. And not only did Cindy get it, she registered, she downloaded it, she made it, she posted it, and it's her very first Hoop Sisters project.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations, Cindy. Well done. That's awesome.
So, Cindy, you have won $25 in Hoop Sisters store credit. So we will get that put into your account so that you can go shopping. So awesome. We're glad that you have hung out with us for just a bit and tried your first Hoop Sisters design. We're very excited about that. I normally do that at the end, but since I saw you're on, I was like, you know what? Let's just do it now. So congratulations to Cindy. She is our challenge winner for this workshop. So we will have a live giveaway winner though. And I love the live giveaway winners. It kind of rewards you for hanging out with us live. In fact, I'm going to pop this up and let you know that our keyword for today is the word petals. Poppies and petals.
Poppies and petals.
Okay. Cool. So before Annie gets into her demo, which is going to be really good, I want to, anyone who wasn't here yesterday, we just want to give a little bit of a recap. Yesterday, you tell what we did yesterday.
Oh, yesterday we stitched out the very top block that you see there. Our block is going to look a little bit different because the block that you see, the picture you see posted there already has the 3D flowers on it. When we did the block, let's pop them back over to, got to find the block from yesterday. So you saw what it looks like there. At the moment, when you stitch out that top block, it looks just like that. So keep that in your memory, and Aubrey will pop back to the other picture. I'm making her do all kinds of stuff. So you can see there's flowers, 3D flowers that are added to the block. So you stitch out your base blocks, you do your applique, you sew them together. When you get all your quilt pieces sewn together, then you add your 3D flowers. So yesterday we did that top block and showed everyone how to stitch it in the hoop. Today, I'm going to do a super quick demo, and you will be shocked how quick it is on how to do one of the 3D flowers. I actually chose the leaf one because it's the quickest one. It wasn't really in our plan for today, but I thought it's going to take 3 minutes or less, and then we'll be able to move on to pinning these two blocks or trimming them using the trimmer by George, pinning them together, and then how and where to sew the seam at. Okay. So that is kind of what we're up to, what we did yesterday and what we're going to do today.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Do you want to just do it? Are you ready? Let's just jump in. Are you starting over there?
That iron is still hot. I should have done that a second ago.
Is that where you're starting?
Yep, that is where I'm starting.
All right. Let's just dive right in to today's demo.
Okay. So part of what you see in this quilt is you see these cute little 3D flowers, which are absolutely adorable. This was your free gift with registration that I forgot her name already. Cindy?
Yeah.
Cindy won. Okay. Sorry about that, Cindy. Forgot your name there for a moment. But she won by stitching out this free registration gift and then posting it on her website. So the flowers, the butterfly from the free registration gift, and the leaf that we're going to stitch out today basically are all kind of the same steps. Now, what I'm going to stitch out today is the leaf, and it just has one color of thread. As you can see, this one and this one as well have multiple thread changes, but we're going to do the quickest one possible. So enough said about that. What you're going to do is you need to figure out what hoop that all those flowers are going to fit in. So this is the size of my hoop. Then you need to cut 2 pieces of fabric, front and back, that will fit in the hoop. But don't put it in the hoop yet. We're going to prepare our fabric. You're going to put the right side down. So you're going to have the wrong side up. And you are going to take a piece of Heat and Bond Light. I see mine's just a little bit bigger than the fabric. I'm going to cut some of it off. Okay, but you're going to take your Heat and Bond Light and you're going to apply it to your fabric. Since we don't manufacture Heat and Bond Light, we don't sell it, but it's something you can get at your local sewing machine store or your local quilt shop. But this is Heat and Bond Light. This is what comes with it with the instructions. So just follow their instructions on how to apply it to your fabric. And that's what's going to be kind of in between your flower and to kind of stabilize it. So our instructions for the light, and if you don't have light, but you have the regular one, that one will work too. So you're just going to take your iron and it's going to be 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and then we're done. And then I'm going to let this cool here for a second, and then we're going to peel the paper off. It's got to cool off.
I can feel that from over here.
Yep, it's toasty. Let me see if it's okay to peel it. I think we're okay to peel it. So we'll take the paper off, and you can still see that it has that. It's almost like a sticky vinyl kind of thing, but it doesn't get sticky until the heat is applied to it. So now I'm going to take my second piece of fabric and I'm going to lay that right on top of it. I think it goes that way. And this time it's going to be 6 seconds. 1,000, 2, 1,000. But you're just going to do 6 seconds all the way throughout the whole piece. And then we're going to hoop this. Super easy to do.
So Marion has a question that's timely. Would Steam-A-Seam Light also work?
You can certainly try that. We don't have the Steam-A-Seam here, and we always seem to have Heat and Bond Light. I would try it and just see.
Especially if you already have it.
Right. I mean, if you already have it, I mean, you're not wasting anything.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know. You be our product tester. All right. So then you're going to hoop this. And
it's the tiniest hoop.
It is a little bitty hoop. It's very cute.
Do you recommend using the super small, like their smallest hoop?
Well, yeah, because you're going to waste less fabric. Okay. And the other thing, some of the designs for the flowers in that are going to have more than one flower in there. Sarah, I believe it looks like she has designed this so that you stitch, a certain number and in one hooping, and hopefully you'll have enough for all the flowers for the quilt. So what you're going to do then, let me get back to the answer, talking about the hoop again. Whatever file size the other flowers are, you'll want to see what exactly hoop size that's going to require with that. Okay. I'm going to go to the machine and it's all set up, and Aubrey, if you can take care of that. Okay. So here we are at the machine. You know what I forgot to do, and this is probably a good reminder, is you're going to match your needle and bobbin thread. And I just now realized I did not match my bobbin thread to my needle thread when I got ready for today. So you'll want to match it because you will be able to see this on both sides. As a matter of fact, I look at the ones that we have stitched already, and it's very difficult to tell which is the right side. All right, so let me put this in here real quick. Fortunately, there was a little green bobbin there. Okay, should have just made the mistake, because that way you guys could have learned from my mistake. Okay, so I'm going to put my hoop on the machine, and I just chose, you can choose a lighter or darker thread, whichever one you want, and you're going to have the same color thread in the needle and the bobbin, and you just hit the button and let the machine start sewing your cute little leaf.
It's coming on from Japan.
Wow, awesome. Well, maybe while that stitch is already, we can come over here and well, on the trimmer by George, and we'll check back on this. Okay, so here is, this is the middle block on the quilt. And this is the block that we did yesterday that belongs on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this using the trimmer by George to remove the bulk from the seam. This one has already been trimmed. So as you can see, it has the bulk already removed. So I'm going to just put this over here for now. So let's talk about this trimmer by George. This is basically, it's an acrylic ruler, but what's special about it is this metal edge that's right here. And it's this metal edge that is going to protect the fabric on the front while you use this straight edge to cut against. So what you do to use it is you're just going to pull the fabric on the front back, and you're going to slide the metal edge of the trimmer by George in there and then lay it down. And then you can just take a gentle tug, make sure there's no fabric peeking out. And if there's not, then you can go ahead and cut your battleizer away. You will have to use a 60mm rotary cutter rather than a 45 because this metal edge, it does raise it up a little bit. And so I'm going to toss those over there. I'm going to trim on this opposite side first. I'm going to shimmy that in there and give it a gentle tug. And I don't see any fabric, so I am safe to go ahead and trim this. All right, so let's talk. I'm going to take a little side route here. These are the two pieces we just trimmed off there. You would save yourself a whole lot of money if you just put these sides up together and zigzag them together. And then it's big enough to put in your next hooping. So I'm just telling you, giving you a little tip on how to save some cash.
It's like a coupon.
It is. That was a coupon I just gave you. You don't have to remember the numbers.
Yeah.
So let me do the other two sides. Again, I'm just going to shimmy that up there. And I'm going to give it a gentle tug. And then I'm going to trim. And just remember, after your gentle tug, just to make sure that there is no fabric that snuck out. You tug too hard, you'll see the fabric. And then you can trim it. So now all the battleizer is gone up to the basting stitch. Now what you will do is you'll flip to the ruler side of the trimmer by George, and you'll line the 1/4 inch mark up with the stitching that's in the front. Not a whole lot to take off right there. And you'll do that on all 4 sides. So you will do this, trim it this way, removing all the bulk, as long as it's not the outside edge of your quilt. The outside edge of your quilt that you will sew binding to, that one you're going to trim a 1/4 inch through all those layers because you need to have something to sew your binding to.
And we have really great instructions, and it'll tell you.
It tells you
follow
all
that.
And the other thing our instructions has is there should be a QR code on there that takes you to a way in more depth of video than what we're doing, than what we're able to do in the workshops. And when you click on the QR code, you'll come to a website or a video that'll show you exactly how to use the trimmer by George. All right, so these two are meant to go together. I'm going to run over here to the machine. You can stay there, Aubrey. So our cute little flower is finished. I know we're jumping from flower to joining blocks, but you are all so smart, you can handle it. So I'm going to take this out of the hoop. And then what you'll do is you can grab your scissors, your hoop scissors. I happen to have a hoop scissors mini right here. And all you do is you just trim nice and close. You know, I would say it's like a 1/16 of an inch, a scant 1/16 of an inch. You don't even have to measure. Just don't cut the threads. Okay, so you all will get the idea. And basically, you'll just cut all around it until you have something that looks like this. And that's or a little flower that looks like that.
Super simple.
Super, super simple. So you'll just make the amount that's required in the instructions.
Or more if you're having fun.
Or more if you're having fun. Or make a bunch and put them on your mystery quilt like we mentioned yesterday.
I can't believe I hadn't thought of that.
I know. I told Aubrey we should put them on her shirt today, on her sleeves, because she's kind of blending in with the quilt today. So I'm going to toss this over here. Let's get back to sewing these two together. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to sew it together first, and then you are going to add your flowers to it. And the reason is because one of these actually requires that, I'm not sure which way it goes, actually will require that the flower go right between the seam. And that's why we have to sew them together first. So here we go. We're going to flip it so the right sides are together. I'm going to put a pin right in the corner. What you're going to do is I'm going to teach you the match point pinning technique. So you have to figure out where your match points are. Our match points are basically, you're going to have your corners are your match point.
Are you drawing on it for real?
I am. And then there is where the satin stitch is for the leaf is a match point. This is also a match point. And also your, let me draw on here too. Your other corner over here is also a match point. So I put my pin through the first match point on the top block, and then I'm going to put it also through the corner match point on this side. I am not going to take my pin and put it all the way through. I always try and figure out, can you guys
make it
see
shiny?
That?
Yeah,
make it shiny. It sticks, just have it stick straight out. And then what you'll do is you will take a pin and put it right next to it, right almost on top of it. But this pin you're going to put through the seam allowance. You're not going to put it through the battleizer. You're going to put the first pin through when you put it through first, it's through the seam. And then when you bring it back through, then you can bring it back through the battleizer. And then you can remove that pin. I'm going to go to the match point that is over on the other corner. And I'm going to put my pin right there. And this is the same thing. We're going to make sure that our pin is just sticking straight out. This is called an anchor pin. This helps hold this block so that it doesn't shift this way or shift that way. And that way we know that it's going to be pinned and sewed exactly where it needs to be. And our other match points on this one, sometimes it's the quilting, sometimes it's the applique, sometimes it's where your fabric has been pieced. So I have my match point right there. And then I'm going to bring it right next to the satin stitch over on the block behind it. And again, this is my anchor pin, stays there. Then I can bring another pin next to it to put it through the seam allowance only, and then back through the fabric. And I'm going to just do one more over here. The pinning is very important. And okay, so I have it on one side of my satin stitch. It's my anchor pin, so it's just sticking out. And then I'll take another pin and put it through the seam allowance. And then I'll put it right back through. And then I can remove my anchor pin. I think I might even do one more here. And here I just have to worry about the outside basting stitch. And I just open this up and make sure I hit it right where it needs to go. Okay. Again, that's an anchor pin, and then the other pin through the fabric, and then all the way through the block from the other side. I have to go switch over my machine, Aubrey, and get ready to sew this. And so if you have anything you want to tell them.
All right. Well, again, if you missed yesterday, or maybe you're just hopping on, we just released Poppies and Petals. It's an amazing, gorgeous design. And we've had so much fun keeping Sarah, who's on maternity leave and designed this and digitized this, updated on how much you guys are loving it. So that's always fun too. But just so you know, this is the design. And then also yesterday we sold out of kits. We have no more kits. They are sold out. However, I actually have another colorway here behind us that we'll show you today too. And of course, when you order the design, you are going to get a fabric and thread key so you can make yours look just perfectly individual to you. So you will have the opportunity to pick fabrics from your stash or go shopping at your local quilt shop and grab fabrics that way. We already did that. Okay. Here's the other important bit of news. We'll have Janet drop the order link, because if you guys are thinking about getting this, now's the best time to do it. So during our 2 days of workshop, we like to treat you guys with a little bit of a savings. So if you add 2 or more items to your cart from the new arrivals category, you're actually going to save 10%, and it's unlocking a bonus, which we'll show you that again today as well. There are a couple exclusions within that category, like wool, threads, any kind, the strip stick, stuff like that is not included in the 10% off, but there's a lot over there that is included in the 10% off. And then, of course, we also have free shipping expiring tonight at midnight on orders over $129 that are shipping within the contiguous US. So all of these end tonight at midnight. So if you're thinking about it, check out that link that we just dropped and you can go shopping.
Okay.
Let me switch mics real quick.
Okay, we are all ready to go. So what you're going to do is you'll just put a thread in your needle and your bobbin that match. That's kind of a neutral color. That's great for whatever background fabric you're using. I like to start, first of all, make sure you're using a walking foot. If your machine has a dual walking foot with the dual feed dogs that do the walking for you, please use that and make sure you have it set up correctly. I always sometimes forget to hit the button on my machine until I start sewing, and like it's not pulling like it should. And it's user error because I forget to push that button. So I like to start just start in a little bit right on top of the battleizer. And then I like to stitch backwards to the end of the fabric. And then I go forward. And I'm stitching right on top of that basting stitch. And then when I get to the end, I did a few stitches backwards as well. So I'm going to move back over. I'm moving around a lot today. Okay. See how I did here. So here we have it. And there you can see, I'm not going to press it, but you would press it to one side. So you would just go to your ironing board and press that to one side. There is no wool in this design, so you don't have to worry about a strip stick or flattening your wool or anything. So basically you would get all your blocks sewn together and you would continue sewing together like the sample that we have up here. I'm just going to grab this one. So you would just continue sewing all these together. But as you can see, this one still looks a little bit naked. I do like that grout. I'm glad we did the darker colored grout too. So you can see the difference between just the white or our darker colored grout, just in case you're trying to figure out what color you want to go with. So you can see we have an extra little flower here. Hey, I should put you to work. Can you cut that the rest of the way out?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to put Aubrey to work and cut out that flower we did just a minute ago. So basically you can also see on here that it's stitched out an outline, and that outline is for where you are to place your flowers. And we have you stitch it with water soluble thread because we don't want this to show later. We want it to be able to get it wet and have it disappear. But we just did it in that same color as the grout just so you can see. But this is where you would place it, is right there. And I believe there's another one that goes right over here. Yep. And there's one that goes, I'm going to lose where they are. So they just kind of go just like you see it here. There. So what you'll do is you'll place them there, and I would just do one flower at a time, figure out where they're going to go. So for instance, Aubrey's still cutting the green, but there's a green one that goes here. But I would start out, before you place your flowers, you're going to add your backing fabric to it. And when you add your backing fabric to it, you're just going to have one piece of backing fabric. You're going to place the wrong sides together. You're going to use monopoly, an invisible thread in the needle and the bobbin. She's throwing things at me now. And you're going to just stitch in the ditch. So you can see where this little wavy serpentine stitch is. You'll do that serpentine stitch in the ditch. And since it's invisible thread, you can't even really tell you. I mean, you have to look super close to be able to find that on there. But that's what you do. You'll get your backing on there, and then you'll still have your monopoly invisible thread in the needle. And if you look real close here, you can see that there's some additional stitching here. That is where the little flowers were tacked down. So all you would do when you have your monopoly thread in there is you would just, like this one is right here, you'd place this here, and then you would just, you can just do a little bit of a circle, just stitch a little circle there. You can go straight across there if you want to. And then you can also, I mean, how you sew it on or how much you tack it down is entirely up to you, but they are just tacked down using some clear monopoly thread. And you just do one flower and then you go to the next one. And it's just a lot of fun. As you can see, the butterfly is actually not part of what the design is, but since it's a bonus, you can go ahead and place that butterfly on your quilt anywhere you want to. So that's just a cute little thing that you can add to your quilt. So hopefully I've covered everything. If there's any questions, we're going to go through them.
I have a lot of comments I pinned. I don't remember what all they were, so let's go over there and take a look. Okay. So I think we talked about this, but Carmen's asking, is it a good idea to stitch out the 3D flowers first? They go on at the end, so...
I don't think it really matters what order you do it in. I really don't. I think you could do it in either order. I would say, you know, if you want to make sure that you have enough flowers for the applique as well as the 3D flowers. So stick to your smallest hoop and maybe do, I'm talking in circles here. Maybe it would be a good idea to do your 3D flowers first, and then you can use the fabric that's left for your applique. You're going to have enough fabric from the kit to do it either way, or the yardage that you purchase from your quilt shop. But I think I would probably do the 3D flowers first.
And we just, I pinned this earlier before, before you just showed the back of that, but I think that she means the back of those. Hold on, let me get the right camera.
Here, this will be a good one to show. I think,
can't tell?
Maybe somebody else can tell. I think this is the back, this one. And there's the back of that one. So they both look really good. Here's, I've lost one of my daisies. I'm trying to pull it off the quilt. Oh, they're stuck together. So this one was done incorrectly. These black-eyed Susans. As you can see, there is embroidery bobbin thread in the bobbin, which is the mistake I almost made over there. But when you match your thread, you can tell that the back looks almost as good as the front, especially
Okay.
when you look at these. They look amazing on both sides.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Good question. All right, here's a takeaway, which I think is actually quite powerful takeaway because Maggie's always here. So if this is her favorite, that's
Oh,
awesome. We're
good.
gonna have to tell Sarah that, Maggie.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Bobby also said, "Love this wall hanging, so colorful. Really like the 3D. The
Yeah.
3D is really like next level.
It
It's pretty
is.
cool.
And I love that we occasionally come out with quilts that have a lot of flowers in them. So
we
if-
like flowers.
we like flowers. So, if you already have one of our designs that has flowers in it, maybe you could like tack some flowers and add it
Mhm.
onto something you've already made.
Yeah.
Something coming up, maybe.
I also had 2 different comments earlier saying that they have used Steam a
Okay.
Steam Light. One
Great.
was Pamela, and then the other was Marion.
Okay.
So if someone had that, if you have that like in your sewing room already and you don't want
Yeah,
to go buy
use
the other
that,
one,
yeah.
just use that because
Yep.
it looks like it works pretty
Yep.
good according to Marion and Pamela. We do not have any more fabric kits. I do think we should show this one next to that one because the fabric kits are fantastic because you know what it's going to look like. But I always get excited when someone goes rogue and they do something a little
I do
different
too.
because I feel like the quilt looks a little bit different. So we're going to show you, we have 2 colorways here. So this was the kit, but the green looks really nice too.
It does. It really does. And I'll bet that a lot of you in your stash have already got fabric you love that would look great with
Mhm.
flowers. Or you could walk into any quilt shop and go, I want that, and I want that.
Yeah. And of course, you who have been around know this. If you're new, we do include a fabric and thread key. So
Yeah.
in the design, so
Yes.
you'll know what you need. Here's a question from Donna on YouTube. Why do you turn off the automatic thread cutter when making the 3D butterfly?
Okay, when making the 3D butterfly, if you turn off the automatic thread cutter and you bring your bobbin thread to the top, which is going to be matching your needle thread, it'll help prevent bird nests when it stops and starts. So that's why we do that. It makes the back look a lot cleaner. Like this one looks, oops, can't do that. Like how clean this looked. If you turn off the automatic thread cutter and bring your bobbin thread to the top before you start sewing, it helps avoid those little bird nests that sometimes happen.
And the bird nest would be on the back of it if you
Right.
didn't. Okay.
Right.
So that's a great question, Donna. Okay. So Sue definitely rewatch because she showed how to do this and that did not use Battleizer on the back of the 3D flowers. She used 2 pieces of fabric and heat and bond.
Yes.
So
Yep.
rewatch if you need more
Yep.
information on that.
And maybe we have this. Well, I don't know what I can
Can't
show.
tell
Yeah,
from
you
that.
can't tell. Probably rewatching would be the best idea.
Okay, and Lori, this is a great question too. New to quilting, what is a strip stick and can you demo how to use it? Well, honestly, the strip stick is amazing if you're using wool, but Annie said yesterday that this really doesn't lend itself well to wool. So typically wool is an option to give it some more dimension. And this one, you won't need it. And I don't even think I have one over here right now.
No,
It is in the
my
new
room.
arrivals category.
It is.
We'll show it another time,
Yeah.
but if you're doing this quilt, you won't need it.
Right. It's something you would need if you're making one of our quilts that does have an extra layer of wool in it. And it's to help keep that wool from being flattened when you press your seams.
Okay. And then I got some more questions over here. Hang on.
Okay.
There's a question for you.
What about fabric glue for the 3D flowers? Karen, try it. I mean, I don't know why not. Give it a shot and try a little fabric glue and see if that works for you. And if they happen to fall off, then you can go to the invisible monopoly thread.
All right. Man, my eyes are like so dry. All right. The other one, this is a takeaway someone loved.
Oh, yeah. I do too. It doesn't hurt to try out different fabrics and different colors and see what you want to land on.
I don't know if you're going to know this off the top of your head, but there's another question for you.
What is the width of the serpentine? I can tell you in just a second. If you give me a second, I'll be right back.
She's going to go look. Ooh, doing the flowers in an ombre fabric would look awesome.
Oh,
it would look awesome.
Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Mine is kind of an elongated serpentine. I like that one rather than the tight curves. And it is, the width is 5.0
5.0
and the length is 2.0.
by 2.0. The length is 2.0. It's an elongated serpentine stitch. Oh, my foot just cramped up. I feel like you.
Oh, no. Some of the serpentine stitches are really tight. I like to use one that's super elongated.
Okay. I don't know if you can turn off an automatic thread cutter on a multi-needle. We don't have one.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Check with your person you bought it from. Okay. Someone said they were thinking about using buttons on there too.
That would be so cute. I like that idea.
Okay, couple pop quiz questions. Again, don't know if you'll know the answer to this.
What are the names of the pins you use?
Just the straight stitch, the
I
straight
don't know. They're just, we've had them here forever and I don't know.
Okay, one more pop quiz that you might not know.
What thread color was used for the subway tile? It is a Robeson Anton thread, a polyester embroidery thread. It's called Decorator Tan.
Yay! She got extra points.
Yes.
Okay.
They're quizzing me today.
Yeah. Here's what I would say, because we get a lot of questions like, well, what about this? Would this work? Would that work? In general, we don't know. We didn't do it that way. I think our general rule of thumb is if you have it in your sewing room and you'd rather use what you have, try it.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work, go back to the way that we did it.
I will say the spray adhesives that maybe, I don't know if this is what you're thinking of, Donna, but like a 505 spray or a Sulky KK2000, those sprays don't really have a lot of stability, where the Heat and Bond Light and the Steam-A-Seam is going to have a little bit of a thickness and a little bit more body to it. But whatever spray adhesive you use, make sure it's something that's not going to gum up your machine or your needles on your machine.
That would be bad. And also Ellen said Gold Star. I think she's talking about you knew that thread.
All right, Gold Star right there.
Good job.
Thanks, Ellen.
Okay. So let's start to wrap it up here. I will tell you, we will have a giveaway in just a minute. But I just want to quickly wrap up by just reminding you guys that these promotions do end tonight at midnight. So if you're on the fence and you need some battleizer or the trimmer or something like that and the design, you'll save 10% on your order. And you will also get the bonus. So the bonus is super cute. We talked about it yesterday, but we haven't even talked about it yet today. This is just a bonus project that will pop in your cart automatically when you have 2 or more items from the new arrivals category. And we'll have Janet drop that link so you can get right to that category. So just know that. But this is a great bonus too. This is expiring tonight at midnight as well. So we invite you guys to participate. We can't wait to see all of your poppies and petals all over the Facebook group. It's just fun seeing all the finished projects in there. And somebody needs to add a couple of these to their mystery quilt. I don't know who wants to do it, but someone should do it. Okay. So just real quick, the top row of these must-have tools, we used the Battleizer, which is our batting and stabilizer combination product. You do not need to use any additional stabilizer if using Battleizer. We did use that in this quilt. She used the Hoop Scissors Minis, and she also used the trimmer. Those are all Hoop Sisters products included in the 10% off when you do the 2 or more items.
And the larger hoop scissors, I didn't have one in here, so I did use the mini, but I probably would have chose that and trimming those flowers over the little mini.
Oh, okay.
A little FYI in case you're on the fence or wondering about that.
Good tip. No, the bonus butterfly is not 3D and cannot be 3D. It is just the block. Okay, so we already talked about that. Let's do a giveaway. And free shipping is $129 If your cart's $129 or more and your cart is shipping within the contiguous US, you will automatically have free shipping apply. Okay. All right. So we're going to do the giveaway. Also, before we do the giveaway, just want to let you guys know Nina is on vacation. She's taken a little bit of time off, much deserved break from us.
So believe me, she probably needs a break from us.
So she is on vacation. You can still call in. We will still give you a hand. Janet is filling in, and her email address is on the screen too. I just want to mention that because the promotions are expiring. So we want to make sure that you know if you need help, we can help you. Okay. Yes, Catherine, you absolutely. We'll drop the order link. She's watching from work. Shh. Yes, you can buy this design and make it. And in fact, now is the best time to do it because the promotions are all still live through midnight. Okay. All right. I'm going to pop up, share my screen, and pick a winner for today. All right. Here we go. Here we go. And this winner is going to get $50 in Hoop Sisters store credit. Debbie Murray. Congrats, Debbie.
That's exciting.
And Debbie's watching over from the world of Facebook. So congratulations. So you are the winner. So Debbie, what I'm going to ask you to do is go ahead and email Janet today just so that we can get it in there. So if you're thinking about getting this design with the $50, that you can do it before the promotions end up expiring. So, all right. I think we did it. We'll drop that order link a couple more times here just so nobody misses out. But man, this was fun. Now, I also have to tell you, this is serious. But don't leave. Don't leave. I have to tell you, next Tuesday is July 1st.
She can't contain herself on this.
We are going to come live, and we have my top 2 favorite sentiments of the entire year. I know what the entire year looks like. And the one, she made it. It's so cute. Like, if you guys don't come and check it out, you're going to miss out. It is so stinking cute. And there's a lot in it.
Trust me, she's like this off camera too about this. So this is not
I am
phony
so excited
at all.
I'm so excited. It is so cute. Like, I got to photograph it all and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute.
It is cute.
Top 2 sentiments of the year, in my opinion, my humble opinion.
Which might tell me later what the number 1 top one is.
I think it might be one of yours too, but it hasn't come out yet. I know. Oh gosh. Okay. So pay attention and come back at 2:00 Tuesday, July 1st. Make sure you're on our text 2:00, Darlene. 2:00 next Tuesday, July 1st. We're going to be sending email reminders and we're going to send text reminder and all that stuff with links directly to it. But 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern, my maybe top 1. I can't decide. I keep going back and forth, but it is so good. So sweet. It's so sweet.
It is sweet.
Okay.
It really is.
I'm really excited about it. Okay. So we will see you then.
Yep.
So go get this now and then come back Tuesday and check out the amazing sentiments that we're going to be unboxing. Can't wait to share it with you.
Yep. We'll see you Tuesday.